From Dragon Quest IV, we've got the Green Man. TooNington is going to be playing hero on our right-hand side, and Sonyaeli making an on-stream debut with the Bayonetta. Let's see if we can open things up for the right to potentially fight Lancelot in a qualifier. Let's see if we can do it.
There we go. Acceleratle is straight on deck, but back off stage. We go straight away. The movement can certainly be a little unwieldy, but you gotta take your time. And a Kazap is what's gonna start things. And a Thwack just going for it early and throwing out an F smash, wanting the crit. We talk about the power. Steve, you bat with it into the other side. That would have been disastrous at even slightly higher percent. But now we see Sonyaeli trying to get back into it, looking to start a Bayonetta combo. But Hero has that sword to really space Bayo out, and then just has those giant spell options. There we go, landing it again. The Zapple is coming out and being used to tremendous effect here. And there we go, just a simple up tilt, accruing percentage so fast and sending Bayo away with one of Hero's standard moves, the less controversial of his moveset. And Acceleratle is back online.
Many would say it's almost like Hero doesn't have an up smash. It exists to get critical hits. You wouldn't use it for really any other purpose. It's so unidirectional, so narrow, and so truly unsafe unless it crits. But then it's like the Snake paradox. They made his up tilt incredibly good, and Hatchet Man is incredibly strong. Turn that around, and Sonyaeli is flying to the top blast zone. TooNington barely even touched on this stock.
You do not want at 10 a.m. in the morning, as we said, to be fighting Steve. But I think when you've got a tournament ahead of you, the last thing you want to be thinking, I just got hit by a Hatchet Man on stream while getting 3-stock and spaced out by Hero, who is able to use the spell so effectively to keep Bayo out, wanting to start something, but Sonyaeli only getting a couple, and the second Thwack comes out, and F-Smash was going to follow it up, but instead we're just taking to the skies, resetting. I've only got 5 mana, but it's fine, I'm just going to wait.
Thinking about it. She might blow herself up. Say, Sonyaeli, come close.
There we go.
For the fans, that was.
Absolutely. For all of you watching at home,
and
that
for
was
the
for
MP
you.
Restore, of
Absolutely, yeah, of course, yeah. The advantage that does bring, and it's almost completely depleted already. Starting things off, there we go, the double fair once. Oh, lovely reverse, a bit into a third. Forward aerial there, wants to catch with the up B, but not getting it. Oh!
So that's an interesting duology of kills as well, because the Hatchet Man was already a read or a reaction on where the ABK was going to place Sonyaeli at the end. Sonyaeli, afterburner kicks to the right, got Hatchet Man. This time, they afterburner kick into a whack. And just, basically, the afterburner kick started and never ended. She flew off into the stratosphere and entered another dimension with that whack. But gonna try again. TooNington will be sticking with the hero. Let's see if Sonyaeli can take a stock of their own accord without it being an intentional kamikaze.
You'd hope certainly that would be the case, but swinging straight back is TooNington. She is using the disjoint of Hero so well and going for a Thwack again. That is the 3rd time we've seen Thwack followed up just immediately by an F smash. Oh, it's this giant move that might just beat you at 0. Don't worry, I'm just going to throw an F smash that might just crit you and beat you. Anyway, oomph into the up tilt and straight into the Acceleratle, buffing Hero 1 light away from a full Christmas tree set up here, but Sonyaeli not wanting to go in on that, getting a couple good hits, and Cyclops is online. All 3 buffs are here, and now we just got to see Sonyaeli dodging around, getting away from Hero's options here, but Hatchet Man, a great back within to avoid it and wants to get the nair. The Swoosh, not making it back.
I think Toon just kind of saw Sonyaeli drifting down and was prioritizing getting a hit with the up B more so than the actual recovery aspect. Also thinking was probably going to trade and get hit, and then you'd get the chance to recover again, but because it missed, you're dead. But they're both dead now anyway, finding respective ways to lose that stock. I especially found the use of buffs interesting, more so Acceleratle than anything, because there was a really critical point in the previous stock where, because Acceleratle was active on TooNington, she was able to just drift out of a Bayonetta combo really, really easily at low percent when it could have otherwise built up to something very dangerous. Hocus Pocus has put TooNington to sleep. Sonyaeli didn't actually charge up the F smash all the way. He was maybe worrying about Toon waking up too soon, but no kill off it.
I noticed there as well, when we're coming down from the sky after a zoom, The Wittress was there, and the Kamikaze
You
is
know
there
what?
once again, evening things up. That is a trade you take, fair enough. You're going down, so am I, but that's A-okay, it's resetting, and suddenly you are at 31 after one hit. There we go, though. Bayo is certainly no slouch when it comes to damage. A beautiful reverse up air into a net, evening percents very quickly.
Yes, it did. Oh, there's the afterburner kick. That's the type of thing that TooNington has been reacting to so often. Usually, every time we've seen an adventurous ABK like that, it's been punished with death. So, Sonyaeli getting away with something that shouldn't be that ambiguous. Flame Slash has broken the shield, and Hatchet Man is going to secure game 2. We are doing all best of 5 from beginning to end at this 2-day tournament, so it is not over yet for Sonyaeli, but TooNington has been, I feel like, barely even getting out of second gear. They're just leisurely throwing out spells for comedy effect at times. And sometimes they just happen to be the perfect solution.
You can see the sheer joy on TooNington's face when she is landing these ginormous hits with these amazingly powerful spells here. They have paid ginormous dividends so far. And straight in with a sizzle, getting 36% and wanted that very thin up smash, not quite landing it, but instead settling for a basic zapped attack on yet more percent. Wants a kaboom to catch Sonyaeli coming in, but instead just ready to wait at ledge with a zoom and just very unafraid. Even though last game looked very even, you were able to even it up with your plethora of spells.
Wow.
Wanting for the Kazap.
Yeah, it wasn't even going to connect into itself, but you did hit with the little Thunderbolt to do like 7% or whatever. But if you're already holding the button, even if it costs a lot of MP, you might as well get that extra little hit over just not doing anything at all. And there is the downer. TooNington, I think, footstooling off the head of Sonyaeli, and he thought, well, what goes up must come down. I might as well swing. And air dodging back to the ledge as well. TooNington has used every single bit of MP, gets the Kamikaze as the final touch. The MP was gone, the damage was high. TooNington figured the end was nigh. I might as well catch Sonyaeli with this final parting touch.
The most extra of extra credit comes out at that Kamikaze. Sonyaeli, though, not wanting that to deter the progress, and we notice once again TooNington is straight out of those combos and ready to retaliate, reading the spellbook and starting to read the options of Sonyaeli throwing out a whack, and you gotta be scared of it after you've been hit by it at the end of that game. One zoom comes out wanting to read it. Ooh, but the ABK went the wrong way. Here we go, getting the back air off the second attempt. Ooh. But a crackle slash gets Bayo in a sticky situation, able to avoid yet another whack.
That was interesting though, because whack does hit through frozen opponents. Usually if he hits it, oh, that rapid jab is enough to kill. For the first time we see Sonyaeli actually a stock up in this game and in the lead. But yeah, both Flame Slash, whack and thwack, those are the 3 moves that will kill even while an opponent is frozen. Otherwise, if you hit the opponent and they're still frozen after the fact, they will not die. But the whack just missed because mashing out of the ice quickly enough for it to not matter. But TooNington is going from bad to worse here. Sizzle is going to kill, but you're now pretty much out of MP. Sonyaeli, this is a real opportunity to get your name on the board.
Yeah, we've seen this set go back and forth, and that if that had been a crit, that would have been horrendous. But a Flame Slash will simply have to do the fastest projectile, comes out again in a sizzle and wanting to finish things now with Sonyaeli, but needs to find a reliable kill option, which, as I mentioned earlier, Bayo is a little bit bereft of. The back air comes out, but isn't quite enough, but sniping all the way. Love is blue, and at the moment, you gotta be feeling a little less blue after you've landed that snipe and got your name on the board. Sonyaeli started doing a really good job there partway through that game of reacting to TooNington pulling out her spells. It was on the likes of the Oomph, it was on the likes of the Accelerator being activated, that while she was able to get out of those combos when she was in them, TooNington was able to find that footing and get just those vital few hits to start things off. Obviously, TooNington was answering straight back with some absolutely absurd options, but if you can take a game, you can take a set.
Yeah, there was a huge moment as well in Game 3 where TooNington had an exposed Sonyaeli right in front of her within small battlefield. The menu was open, but there was just no suitable spells to pick, and basically TooNington had a free hit but wasn't able to do anything with it. Ultimately, it did set up that kill situation from Sonyaeli with the guns off of the side. The guns, see, the thing is, even if they don't hit off the side, it's basically there as a barrier to say, you can't have the menu open while I'm shooting because you must jump over it or air dodge through, or just avoid it through any other means. It's basically a no reading allowed barrier. But we're going to go to Final Destination, so we're finally saying goodbye to Psycho Soldier, and immediately the MP is on its way down.
Straight out into just a massive option. Tachyon 25%, but Sonyaeli this time able to just get straight back into proceedings. Tachyon 68, eating a back air for his trouble, but crucially, TooNington is staying in these combos this game. And as I say it happens, falling out yet again, wanting a Zapple to tack on more damage with that ginormous range. And a big fan of the Zap seems to be TooNington. That bold F smash was called out completely. Psychop's here, but TooNington isn't a great ABK into back air.
Yeah, actually recognizing that even though it was done from a very low trajectory, the back air was still going to be quick enough to get the hitbox out before you land. Sonyaeli has reinvented this set. It was looking done and dusted for TooNington, but I mean, this is why we run best of 5 from the very beginning at these larger tournaments. You never know how the paces can change when those players have time to adapt. Because Hero's so hard to adapt to because he changes with every single game, but TooNington is very easily going to take that stock away once the shield is broken.
The more things change, the more they stay the same. A full shield was popped like a bubble with a buffed Hero F smashing, getting back to stage as TooNington with a lovely upbeat and using the low swing of that forward air. Once a thwack just goes for it, I'm at a high percent, it's going to modify the rate of the fact that Bayo simply might die. Instead, the down air wants to take a stop but doesn't get it.
Was excellent because it stalled Bayonetta in the air, recognizing that the F smash was in progress. I'm just going to stop and then get the counter attack, but with Accelerator, you're going to connect into those back airs a fair bit easier. And I think TooNington is fishing for a kamikaze. If she's hit it twice in this set already, she will want another, but won't get the chance now because you're on last stock, and that is a no kamikaze allowed sign. Opts for the magic burst, and now you have to fight without MP on your final stock.
An absolute Hail Mary, but not quite as effective as perhaps TooNington had hoped. Sonyaeli now is fighting a hero who does not have magic double reverse up air into a back air, wanting to tack on more percent, and 95 is the number we now see. We need to see TooNington just be maybe a little more conservative. Yeah, you hit some funny spells, but now you are down a full stock versus Bayo. Lovely whoosh to get back to ledge, but your recovery isn't enough to save you from another rapid jab. The first one came out after a big air dodge read, and the second came out after TooNington had expended all of her resources. I get why you want to use a magic burst at that point. It's a big projectile. You're on full MP. I might as well see if I can annihilate you. But the positioning was off to the point where it didn't land its mark, and because that Sonyaeli took full advantage, the Umbra Witch saying, I am more magical than you, hero, at this moment. We're looking at a counter pick to Hollow Bastion.
Joe, do you think it could be Steve o'clock?
Let's check.
It's gotten to a critical Game 5 situation. Yeah, I thought that might have been the case. The hero was here to entertain the crowd and show us some funny spells, and it was funny. But it wouldn't be very funny if you missed your chance to fight Lancelot because you went with the hero and backfired off the back of it. So we are going to see the zombie coming out from TooNington here in this critical Game 5. But Sonyaeli, you never know how much Steve experience somebody might have in their given region. Let's see if the upset can be complete or if TooNington will be moving on to fight either Lancelot or Viridian or King Arthur.
We shall have to see, and I think one of the big signs that Steve was coming out is the fact that the counter pick was made to Hollow Bastion. More commonly, because of that center platform being made of metal and stained glass, you are going to get iron galore. Great use of which time there to catch the recovery. Not getting everything you want, of course, maybe almost missing that back air, but it's enough to keep Steve at bay. You've got big percent, but Steve does not need big percent. Just a single big hit. The forward air will start things off, and I'm mining away, wanting to take a stock away, but Sonyaeli wants to take Steve away instead.
And I feel like it's quite hard to shift from, you know, going with hero, waiting for randomly selected spells, excellent back air to take the first stock, to go from that high-paced, I'm going to go for spells and entertain you all, into, I need to slow the pace down, go Steve, and tap into that top-tier juice. It's a hard transition to make, and TooNington at the moment, not quite locked in with Steve, it feels like.
just missing these little confirms. There we go. Oh, a great back within to avoid what would have been a very interesting block setup for the up smash. Instead, the ABK into the back air is what is desired again, just to tack up more damage on and lap Steve completely in percent, not engaging with the block wall with anything particularly risky, just chipping away with the first hit F tilt, and that is absolutely fair. Getting around these bigger options, and TooNington is struggling to land these big hits, which usually is something we'd attribute to Bayonetta. There we go, sending all the way off stage, building a bridge and building a wall so high you cannot overcome it, but Bayonetta has taken on gods. A zombie is nothing to her at the moment, as we see percentages not quite lapped, but certainly going that way. Tail of the toaster.
Yeah, the gold is finally gone, and though the stock is as well. F smash huge from Sonyaeli, and the part I was wanting to point out is that TooNington, over the course of this game alone, may not have even had a single diamond. Well, the diamond's on is certainly available now for that F smash.
6 smash attacks in a row.
The minecart was gold activated 5 separate times until finally there's no. The gold has been restored at this point as well, so the next minecart will be golden as well, as long as you have enough redstone to make it work. But TooNington has had access to so many powered-up minecarts, and the majority of them haven't worked. But with Diamond now restocked, you have to deal with that Steve combat mechanic for the entire rest of this game. And your combos have to be perfect, otherwise your vertical combos are going to lead into an anvil, and the back air might just take you away as well. Really good F smash, but it's not going to kill from that position. Which time? Oh, it's through!
Beautiful awareness of the fact that Bayonetta wants to get rid of you in that moment. Sonyaeli needs to make sure that these hits are landing and they're safe right now. Diamond will get rid of you after one more hit, and the anvil wants to secure that percentage. Wants an ABK the back air, but eats a back air instead. Sonyaeli is one smash attack away, and after all of that, Diamond does